Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tracy. If you are new here, I do a lot of fitness and lifestyle content. More recently, as in like the past week or so, I've been doing a lot of ONER ACTIVE try-on content, and today's video is no exception. In today's video, we are reviewing a new collection. This is going to be a new athlete collab, which I'm so excited about because I feel like with every athlete collab that comes out, you're able to see their different personalities in the clothes that they picked out and whatnot, and then the color scheme as well. Super excited for Miss Brenda. This is ONER ACTIVE X BRENDA ANTON. I'm so proud of you, so excited for you, and just excited to review these pieces as well. So with that being said, a couple launch details. This capsule launches on September 11th, which is Thursday at 11 a.m. Central Time. Set your calendars. I have a feeling that some of these pieces are definitely gonna go off the shelves pretty quickly, but we have a lot of details to get through, so let's just jump into the launch details. Starting out with the colorways that are launching in Brenda's capsule, we have your staples black and light gray marl, but as for the colors, we have Miss Alpine green coming back. This should look familiar because it launched in SoftMotion this time last year actually. I have been waiting for this color to come back, and I'm so happy that it did because I think it's a gorgeous transitional color into fall. And then last but not least, we have a new color. This is going to be dusty purple. I'll put color comparisons on the screen for you to see. Next up, let's talk about the pieces that are launching in this capsule. So we do have existing pieces coming out, which in an athlete collab just means that these are their favorite pieces just coming out in their hand-picked colorways. So instead of going through those first, let's actually talk about the newness first, because there are a couple of new pieces, starting off with the SoftMotion Shrug cover. It's coming out in Alpine green, dusty purple, as well as black. Next up, right next to it, we have the SoftMotion Scoop Back Flared All-in-One. You heard me right. A SoftMotion all-in-one is finally coming out. I'm so excited for this piece. That is coming out in Alpine green as well as black in short, regular, and tall lengths. And last but not least, for lounge, we do have some new foundations, oversized lounge. We have the joggers coming out as well as the Crewneck sweatshirt. And last but not least, for existing styles that are coming out in these new colors, we have the Easy Lift Halter Bralette, the SoftMotion Scoop Back Bra, Effortless leggings, Effortless shorts, as well as the cotton fitted mid vest coming out in those new colors. So dusty purple as well as Alpine green. All that being said, I'll put my measurements and sizing somewhere here on the screen, and it'll always be down in the description as well. And I will also put timestamps for every single one of these products, and I do this for all of my videos. So if you ever have to skip to a specific product review, then timestamps are always down below. And last but not least, definitely support Brenda during this launch. However, if you just wanted to support your girl, then it'd be greatly appreciated. So I'll put my support link right down here as well as my code. Shopping through my link and then using my code not only supports me, but it also saves you money as well. Let's officially jump into the review. Alrighty, we're just gonna start off with what I'm wearing. This is going to be the SoftMotion Scoop Back Bralette, dusty purple, size small. I have reviewed this countless of times before. However, seeing as I have like 6 pieces here, might as well just give y'all a full dedicated review. This is going to be a rather minimal bralette. It's going to have a deep V-neck right here. The bottom of this bra actually curves up to meet at the middle at your sternum right there, and it comes down to cover your underbust, which I think is super flattering. However, it is not a dedicated bottom band, meaning that sometimes whenever you raise your arms, you could experience some under boob, which I definitely do in this bra. Honestly, I feel like it's a hit or miss for me because I'm PMSing right now, so I feel like my chest is swelling a little bit more, and as a result, I do experience more under boob than I normally do, but I normally don't really have any issues with this bra. But it is something to note that because this bra does not have a dedicated underband, the support level on it is also pretty low. You're not gonna catch me running in this bra. However, I do love it for weightlifting because it's very comfortable and just super flattering as a whole. It does come with removable cup pads that are dyed to match the garment, and the cup pads in this one are still going to be the thinner ones. So as soon as I pulled this out the bag, I did notice that one of them was already like wrinkled a bit. I'm still crossing my fingers and praying for the thicker OG cup pads to come back, but just wanted to make a note of that for you guys who have been wondering about whether the cup pads have returned to the OG ones. You have the straps that come up, and then in the back, it's literally just going to be a scoop back bra. So comes very low. The band is rather thin as well, and then you just have ONER embroidered in the middle right there. Very open, very breathable, no digging whatsoever, and I do not gape in this bra either. So I would definitely say that this bra is true to size. If you are in between sizes, I would say to maybe size up. I would just be worried about a little bit of pinching in your lats and a little bit of tightness here in the straps. If you were to size down, definitely true to size or size up if in between. Next up, we have the Effortless shorts, also in dusty purple, size extra small. We've seen Effortless so many times at this point, so I'm not gonna go over it for too long, but it is a seamless fabric, very stretchy, molds to your body very well, has a 2-tier waistband right here that kind of like snatches you up, contour lines that run down the side, and then a bum scrunch in the back there as well. This pair is definitely on the stretchy side for me, very comfortable, and this is a high-rise short / legging. Let's go ahead and do a squat test for you guys. I'm currently wearing a nude thong, and honestly, standing up, I couldn't see anything, so I feel like squatting would be just fine. Black brief is in, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't see anything at all. Am I tripping? It doesn't look like there's any sort of like color difference at all. Here's the back, and you can kind of see the seam right here, but I don't see any black peeking through at all. So let's go ahead and squat. I did like 1 or 2 squats in the mirror, and I honestly couldn't see anything. Maybe whenever I watch this back, it'll be different, or not. Or not. Maybe we are good to go into black brief, but either way, I'll put my rating somewhere up here. And with Effortless, as always, true to size or size up if in between, but this pair is super comfortable and I love how it fits. Okay, next up, I have the SoftMotion Shrug cover, Alpine green, size extra small. I did cheat a little bit with this bra. This is not the scoop back bralette. This is just gonna be the regular OG SoftMotion racer back bralette in Alpine green. You could mix and match these 2 colors together. They would go well together, but I just wanted to show what colors would look like if it was like a cohesive thing. Also, these joggers have Alpine green on them as well, so I feel like that completes the fit even more, you know what I'm saying? I'll put side by sides for this versus the unified Shrug on the screen for you to see. I love SoftMotion for a piece like this so much more than I like it on unified. I feel like it's just so much more athleisure, and I'm way more willing to wear this outside the gym versus unified as an example, just because the unified Shrug was just a little bit too stiff and the performance fabric on it was kind of like clashing with what I would normally wear outside the gym. This, however, perfect. Love the fabric choice for this top. So let's go ahead and talk details. Not that there's much to show, but essentially just think the unified Shrug, but with like a whole collar situation now. The other one was just sleeves. So it stops right where your armpits are actually, which was also what I was saying about the unified Shrug from before, that I wish it went a little bit lower. It might be a size thing. I did stick true to size, and I just noticed that the unified Shrug dug into my armpits a lot. And same thing with this, unfortunately, where it's just kind of like sitting at my armpit, and I get this weird bulge underneath. If this was just like a tad bit longer, I feel like it'd be a little bit more flattering, but as it sits right now, it is a little bit uncomfortable on me, I'm not gonna lie, but everywhere else fits great. Like this neck isn't too tight or anything at all. It is a rather small neck though, so it was a bit difficult to get over my head, especially with like the hair and makeup and everything. However, it is stretchy, so not to worry about it having no stretch. It definitely has some good amount of stretch right there, and this fabric is double lined for the front and back panel. However, the sleeves are going to be single lined, but the sleeves are super comfortable. It looks like it might be tight just because there's no excess fabric at all, but it fits like a glove. And I love the length on this as well. It's not too short, not too long at all. If I were to extend this all the way, then I don't know, it might go up like that, but that's it. There is room for my fitness tracker as well, and if we turn to the back, it essentially cuts straight across, so it does not cover the bottom of the bra at all. You're still able to see the bottom details of whatever bra you choose to wear underneath. And with the unified Shrug, something that I noticed about that, this back flap kind of like went back a little bit and was like a flap, but with this, it lays flush against my back, and I love that. So I do think that this is true to size. It fits me perfectly other than the armpit situation. I could size up, and I think that's what I'll do next time, just to avoid the fabric sitting right here. I just need a little bit of air. So I'd say true to size, and if in between, then definitely size up. Next up, a super highly anticipated item. We have the SoftMotion Scoop Back Flare all-in-one. I'm wearing extra small, short length, and guys, this piece did not disappoint because like, what do you mean? She is so stinking cute. So let's go ahead and talk details, because again, this is essentially the SoftMotion flares as well as the SoftMotion Scoop Back bralette combined into one piece, and I love SoftMotion for this choice. This fabric is just so versatile for wearing out. So the bra portion of this does actually have an underband now, so you do have that extra support, whereas the bra on its own does not provide that, right? This one definitely gives me a little bit more lift, a little bit more security, and it goes all the way to the back. back. Now, one thing I'll say is that typically in this bra, I am a size small. With me wearing a size extra small in this, the band is just a little bit tighter, still comfortable, but my skin is definitely bulging out a little bit right here on the sides. So I'm kind of wishing that they made this without the bra band going all the way to the back. If it had stopped in the middle seam right here, the back would have been much more seamless looking as opposed to any like skin bulging out of that band right there. Otherwise, very, very comfortable though. Does come with the removable cup pads, and these straps are very, very comfy. They don't dig in whatsoever. Love that. If we follow the piece down, then this midsection right here in the front does not have any sort of waistband seam, lays super flat against the skin, no compression. Like, it is very, very comfortable, but I feel like because there's no separation from the top and the bottom, and with SoftMotion being a very naked feeling, thin brushed fabric, it is gonna show lumps and bumps. I'm not gonna lie. I do feel a little bit insecure. I just feel like everything is kind of on display. SoftMotion has never been the most like cellulite friendly fabric either, so you will see cellulite in the back here. So if you are prone to showing cellulite, which there's nothing wrong with that, just more so for preference sake, then maybe go for black versus Alpine green because this color will show cellulite. But yeah, once again, very flat up front here. It's not gonna snatch you or anything. It's literally just going to sit on your body. And then same thing with the back. The scoop back actually goes pretty low, which I love because I love being open back, but this fabric is not tight whatsoever. Like, it literally just lays on your body. I don't think that it's loose by any means, because if it was, then it would just kind of be out like so, but this just lays completely flat. So we love to see that. And then once we move along to the bottoms, then honestly, this fits pretty identical to my SoftMotion flare bottoms. And I love the flare bottoms as the bottom choice versus the straight legs as an example, because I know we all love the straight legs and whatnot, but they do tend to ride up because the flare starts like mid thigh and it's just looking for an area to settle in. This, however, because the fabric is form fitting all the way to your knees, which is where that flare starts to, you know, kind of come out, then there's no riding up whatsoever. If we do a couple of squat tests right here, you'll notice that the length is still the exact same from whenever we started. So no riding up. And again, I did choose the short length, and this length is perfect on me. It actually hits identically to where my SoftMotion flares usually hit me. So with the 30-inch leg inseam, it's barely skimming the floor, and I feel like with shoes, it'll be perfect. Turning to the back, you do have a tapered glute seam right here, and then a glute seam between the cheeks just to separate and not give you any uni butt. Now, my biggest thing about these is that with any jumpsuit, honestly, it's very dependent on your torso where the glute seam will hit. I do think that for my torso and my body, I have very long legs and a very, very short torso. This is just cutting off my glutes pretty substantially to the point where I feel like it doesn't look the most flattering on me. I would hike this all the way up. Like, you already know your girl. I like for my stuff to fit like in between my cheeks, and then where the glute seam is sitting right here, it's truly on top of my glutes. And I feel like that's just so much more flattering. However, what I noticed is that this fabric back here starts to wrinkle a little bit, not sitting flush up against my back anymore. And over time, as I walk, squat, move around, it naturally just wants to go back to settling down there where it's cutting off my glutes once again. The glute seam is falling out of my glutes, and it's just not sitting how I personally want it to. So definitely assess your torso length. Give it a try anyway if you're interested in this piece, because I do think it's super flattering. I just think that on my body type with somebody who has a very short torso, this is just cutting off my glutes a little bit too much. And again, I truly do feel like I would be much more happy with black, like I mentioned before. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk sizing. I do think that this is true to size. I'm normally a size small in my bras, but seeing as this is an extra small, I don't feel like a crazy difference at all with how this is covering my bust and everything. Side boob coverage, I'm still good to go. Band is still comfortable. There is a little bit of spillage in the back right there, but otherwise super comfortable. And like I mentioned, this fabric is very, very low compression. It truly is just going to lay on you. So I think true to size, if you're in between sizes, go down. If you are varying sizes for top and bottom, then go with your smaller size. And I think you'll be pretty happy with that. Last two pieces here, we do have a lounge set to go through, and this is going to be the Foundations Oversized Crewneck Sweatshirt. I'm wearing a size medium in light gray marl, and I'm not gonna lie guys, I don't even know why I chose a size medium. Like, this is so big on me. Like, I think I'm gonna have to purposely put it in the dryer just to shrink it a little bit more. Look how freaking low this goes. That's like mid thigh. This crew is very heavy duty. It is Honor's heaviest lounge fabric, very thick, dense, very high quality. I love Foundations to death, but the front actually doesn't have anything. No logos, no nothing. I was actually trying to find Brenda's name like anywhere on these pieces, and I could not find it. If you turn to the back, then you have Honor just sprawled out, embroidered in this huge varsity looking font. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm so here for it. Like, this is so fun. Are you kidding? Let me just like put this down real quick and then just show you guys. Hello? That is so freaking cute. Like, I'm so down for just a completely plain sweatshirt and then boom, freaking Honor in the back right there. If we take a closer look at this, you can see that it's embroidered on very, very nicely. And this kind of feels like a canvas type of fabric or something. This is gonna be Alpine green, just looks like very high quality. Again, I just love foundations. So this is a slay. I am loving this. Definitely stick true to your top size and it's already gonna be oversized. Kind of wish I went with an extra small. I feel like that would have fit so much cuter on me. This is just gonna be like a dress. Last but not least, we're ending with a fit that we started with. So this is going to be the Foundations Oversized jogger in small regular. I have never sized up in foundations before. I usually get extra small regular. So I don't know why I chose in the oversized block to size up. This is so baggy on me, you guys. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love me an oversized jogger. I really do. I love me a big old baggy fit. This is a little bit low on me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's sitting low-waisted. My literal underwear is showing by. I mean, obviously you can tighten it. It does have draw cords. It does have the same 3 pockets. So just the 2 side pockets and then the hidden one on the inside with a zipper. And then the back looks like this. I did notice that it doesn't have the typical Foundations dual seams running down the sides. So this is just going to be like straight up a sweatpant. This does also have the OA graphic on the side as well. And I mentioned in my unboxing on TikTok that it reminds me of Varsity, which I loved. I told the team that I was missing the Varsity line and Brenda was like, I read your freaking mind with this freaking graphic. I love me a Varsity, like collegiate looking graphic, so they ate with this. Definitely stick true to size and it's already gonna be an oversized fit. If you don't like oversized, you could size down, but yeah, this is huge. I'm here for it, but I wish I just stuck with like an extra small instead of sizing up in size as a whole. All right, guys, that is gonna be it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed and found it helpful. Once again, biggest congratulations to Brenda. This capsule is absolutely gorgeous, and I hope that this launch experience is everything that you hoped it would be and then some. But for those of you guys who are shopping this launch, once again, it launches on September 11th at 11 a.m. Central Time. Time conversions are up here on the screen. If you ended up finding this video helpful and would like to support me, then I'll put my support link right down here, and it's also in my bio and description. Shopping via this link and adding code Tracy at checkout saves you money and supports your girl as well. I will definitely be doing some sort of Q&A over on my Instagram stories, so follow me there. However, feel free to comment down below and ask me any questions that you would like. By the time this video goes live, I will probably be packing for Miami, which is like so freaking crazy. I can't wait to be reunited with Brenda and all of the other athletes. More content to come, so stay tuned for that. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all the things, and until then, I will see you guys later. So, bye.